Hello, my beautiful soul sisters and anybody else, soul brothers, who will be watching this video later. So I'm going to wait for a few minutes for you to jump online because I have so much to talk to you about today. Really, really good stuff. So super excited about the progress that the women in my group are making. Hi, Robin. Thinking about you. And so I decided that I wanted to do this live on triggers and money because it's a really good topic and it's amazing and I absolutely love it. So I am so excited. Hello, Alexis. Hi, Marla. Hi, Lori. Hi, Simone. Hi, Liana. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Triggers and money. Money. Triggers and money, right? So anytime I post something about money, there's always like, hi, Marla. There's always like hundreds of comments, right? It's like, that's like what people really want to know about. I know that's what I really wanted to know about. Because I knew that until I got my money game down, that I was always going to be in struggle. Now, I spent a very long time. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Gail. Hi, Brooke. I spent a very long time going after, hi, Carol, going after money in the external. And so I got really good at manifesting windfalls, like really good at it. Like I could manifest lots of it, right? But I could never keep it. I would manifest it, windfalls, and then it would be gone. Especially in the industry that I was in before, it was like all cash. Hi, Christina. And so when I say that, it sounds like I was like an exotic dancer or something. It was like all cash because of the beauty industry. A lot of people pay with cash, and even if they're not, they're paying with their checks or whatever. So it's like right into your account. And especially the way that we have it today is that, you know, the money is like instant deposit. Okay, that's like causing a problem, so I'm just going to turn it off. And hi, Christina. Thank you. So it was really easy for me to manifest money. It just never, I couldn't keep it. I mean, I'm talking like, I was to the point where I was like $25,000 a month. And it was like at the end of the year, okay, well, where did it all go? Right. And so, hi, Tiffany. Hi, Akeisha. Hey, Adriana. Hi, Connie. This is a good one. So I just wanted to come on here really quickly to try and get all this out as fast as I could because I was just thinking about all the things that have been going on. And also the women in my course are just kicking ass. And the messages that I'm getting and all of it, everything is so phenomenal. And I taught muscle testing today. And so this is one of the reasons that I actually decided to do this. I was having a conversation. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Leah. Hi, Connie. Hi, Molly. I was having a conversation with one of my soul sisters about the internal wounding, and she was kind of having an issue with another woman in her life. And we were talking about internal wounding, and so I told her, I said, you have to seal those outlets. You have to seal those outlets so that people aren't clinging to you, right? Like seal the outlets, because if you think of yourself as, and I'm going to tell you how this relates to money in a moment, but if you think of yourself as like a walking wall panel that has all these different outlets, and people are looking to plug in, right? Because they need their hormonal release. Layla making a dollar, holla. Hi. They need their hormonal release, so they will try and get that through you, through anybody. And if you have an outlet that matches the prongs, you know, their inner world, they will plug into you, and you will create a circuit, and you know, chaos will happen. And it's the same thing for good programs and patterns that you have within you. Oh, hi, Molly. So when I was telling her, I'm like, you need to seal that shit. And she was like, oh my God, you have to do a live on this. Like, I can't do it right now. It's too close. So, negative people love my positive life. Yeah. Yeah. So, when you are, it's not like you have to go into your inner world and heal that. It's like all you have to say is, nope, I'm sealing that. Hi, Sherry, I love you too. I'm sealing that outlet. I'm not allowing you to plug your shit into me now. Like, this is not happening. And if you do allow them to plug it in, then you have to ask yourself, okay, well, what's my outlet? Why do I have a match? Why are we like a match? Hi, Sherry. I love you too. Different Sherry, but I love all the Sherrys. And so when you allow them to plug into you, you have matching patterns and it creates combustion. So how does this relate to money? Well, the way that it relates to money is because I learned this too about women and our history. So way back in like the knights days, kings, queens days, when they would have women make babies to produce soldiers. Like, that was what they did. So they went through the town and they would take the pretty women and they would become knights' wives or, the emperor's wives or whatever it was. And then the ones that weren't as pretty would be turned to slaves. So this created crazy controversy between women, like lineage, right? Because it really is survival of the fittest. And so this is one of the reasons why we hate beautiful women, because it triggers us, because we've been taught and programmed to look at the external as form of validation or a form of value rather than the internal. Hi, Kareen. And so subconsciously, ancestrally, and according to our lineage, we grow up with this sort of internal subconscious program. And this is how you know, because there's a study that was done on mice laboratory rats. And so what they did with these laboratory rats is they had study group A, study group B. Study group A, they would be subjected to cherry blossoms. And every time they would smell cherry blossoms, they would be shocked underneath their feet. Study group B was just subjected to cherry blossom scent by itself. So they had a normal, like, functioning life. The ones who were subjected to the shock therapy, it got to a point where they would just smell the cherry blossoms and they would start to freak out and go into a state of panic. Well, what they did is they impregnated both of these two laboratory rats in each different study group, and they had, the baby mice. Well, what do you think happened with the baby mice when they were subjected to cherry blossoms? They didn't learn that. It wasn't direct experience, but they were terrified. Every time they smelled the cherry blossom, they would freak out. The cherry blossoms of the ones that were just treated normally, they wouldn't do anything. It was just smell good, right? So this is proving that as we are born, we are reproduced, and we carry this stuff with us, not only genetically, but within ourselves too. It's the encoding. It's like you'll be afraid of a bear and not even know why you're afraid of a bear, or afraid of a snake and not know why you're afraid of a snake. It's because it's encoded. So all of this stuff, and this goes with wealth. This goes with money, because back in that time, in the kings and queens days, they would have like huge parameters around their castles, and people would literally be on the other side of it starving, right? Starving and dying, while the people that were in this realm were feasting. So thinking about those people then having babies, and all this genetic encoding is in there. So we have like genetic encoding to be afraid of other women who are prettier, which that's not even true, because there is no prettier. When you really go into, if I could show you a picture of what I used to look like, you would not even believe it. When I was younger, I went through a phase where I absolutely hated myself. I was completely overweight. I had acne all over my face. I didn't like myself. I didn't like anything. I was miserable. I was not as pretty as I am now. You can bring your inner soul light to life and change your physical everything. Like, everything changes. Think about a person who's in a stressed out state, who's angry and they're decompressed and they're constricted. It shows up that way in their body, which is why they die sooner than people who are happy. People who are naturally happy and radiate from within, they live longer. Like Oprah, like Madonna, like all of these other people. I'm not sure that Madonna is that way anymore, but I know she was at a point where she was staying youthful for a very long time. Now, this also has to do with a lot of belief systems and all that other things anyways. But what I'm talking about here is like in relation to money. So, thank God Snapchat filters didn't exist then. So, I know, right? When we are talking about attracting and manifesting money, we have belief systems within us that are a magnet to that money or a magnet to repelling that money. When we are in a relationship and we are in business with other women, there's other women involved, there's all that underneath the surface stuff going on that's all entangled within that money energy. So my point is, when you seal the outlets and you're not allowing people to plug in, you're not allowing them to plug into your energy space. You're not creating an A plus B equals C experience with them. You are shutting down that old pattern where you would allow them to plug into you, and then you create a scenario. Now, how does this affect your money? This affects your money because wherever you go, you take yourself with you. The patterns that you have for relationships with other women, the patterns that you have for relationships with your spouse, they are the same patterns that you'll have in relationship to your money. When you are being triggered by something that's happening, someone trying to plug into you, if you source that to the very bottom of what it really is, you will find that you have that same pattern with your money. So when we have imbalances with our mothers, when we have imbalances with our fathers, that means that we have imbalance, and we have imbalances in giving and receiving. When you have imbalances in giving and receiving, especially because money and being women, we're having to rise out of this old ancestral programming of women not being able to make money, of money being evil to have, and also that we can support ourselves and our children, because technically, typically, ancestrally, it was the men who did this. So we have to change all that. It's up to us to go and do the inner work and change all that. So one of the reasons that I actually even was like, I have to do a live on this and kind of combine everything because it's all related, is when I was teaching muscle testing in my course this morning. Alexis, holy shit, it makes so much sense. Yeah, it really does. And this is the point that I'm getting to. So when I was teaching muscle testing in my course this morning, one of the things that I said to test for is I have a fear of being wealthy, right? Or I have a fear of being wealthy. Well, a lot of people tested that they did have fears of being wealthy. Well, of course they have fears of being wealthy. But if you don't know that you have a fear of being wealthy and you're only wanting to be wealthy, it's like you have this desire to be wealthy up here, but you have these internal fears that are programs that are operating, that's conditioning and patterns. You're not going to ever allow yourself to get there. Especially if you have belief systems about what wealthy people are and what they mean. If you close your eyes for just one moment, and just close your eyes for just a minute, right? Just close your eyes and take a deep breath and tune in and ask your subconscious mind. Show me an image of a really rich woman who has a lot of money. And then pay attention to what that projection is, right? A rich woman, a woman who has a lot of money, or a rich person, or a rich man. Whatever it is for you to be able to kick that up so that you can actually see it. And whatever your projection is in your consciousness, because there's a positive projection, there's a negative projection, and whichever one weighs the most is the one that you're going to get, the one that's going to actually be the one in effect. If you have your negative, if there's any kind of negative association with rich women, women who have a lot of money, men who have a lot of money, your brain is not going to allow you to be that way, because that goes against what you believe and who you are. You have to get yourself very familiar with these unconscious, under the surface programs so that you can look at it and then rearrange it and say, okay, well, I know some women may be greedy. I know some women may be money hungry. I know some women may treat people poorly who have money. However, I know there's women out there who are amazing, who are wonderful with money, who are doing really good things with their money, and that's who I'm going to be. That's who I'm going to be. So you have to get your subconscious mind to know what it is that you're going to be. Just saying I want to be wealthy, that's not going to really bring you wealth. You have to understand what your belief system around wealthy women are. What is your belief system around a wealthy person? What is your belief system around a rich person? Do you believe they're greedy? Do you believe that, they have to rob from the rich or the poor, take from the poor and, become rich themselves? You have to really go into that world and figure out what it is. So the reason that I bring up the ancestral scarcity and this craziness between women is because it's still the same survival of the fittest. It's still the same, I have to compete in order to live. I have to compete in order to get my peace. That's the old playing field. Like, we are stepping into the creative beings that we are. We are tuning into our soul's purpose, and we're creating platforms around that so that we can receive money. That's what we're doing. That's the goal. That's projection. So this way you're creating sacred money rather than just creating money as this like, energetic thing that was masculine dominated. We're transforming all of that. So if you do test for the fear of being wealthy or rich or having money, having lots and lots of money, having more than enough, having more than you deserve, when you can say in your mind, I want to have more than I deserve. Like I do deserve that. And that's true. That is true. However, if you're not living it yet, you still got some belief systems and work to do because that is still a fantasy to you. So you have to become very conscious about the programs and patterns that are operating underneath the surface. Christina said, I picture strong, gorgeous, happy, loving women, and that's how I picture myself. I showed my mom my vision home yesterday, and she had the most negative attitude about me becoming one of those people. Okay, Christina, your mother has given you that, right? If you are not experiencing that yet, there is a projection under the surface that is saying one of those people. Which, of course, there's going to be, because not only was that what you were taught, but that's what most of us were taught. Why do you think we were taught that? So that we didn't come into our full power, so that we didn't rise to our full potential, so that we didn't live in our fullest expression. Why do you think that? Because they can't control women that are in their power. They can't control women who have the money. They can't do anything to us. We are then the masters, and they did not want that. So that's why the societal conditioning is so important to step away from. This mass consciousness that we have been led by and taught to believe, you have to step away from that. You have to seal your shield or seal your field and go to work on your inner world to heal these programs so that we can transcend them. The muscle testing thing. So doing muscle testing, whether you're doing it this way or whether you're standing up and using your body, you're going to find the truth. Like you can consciously tell yourself all you want, everything in the world that I want. Oh yes, I deserve that. I'm worthy of that. I'm deserving of that. That's 5% of your consciousness. 95% of your subconscious mind is operating under the surface. It doesn't believe that, and so your body will not lie to you. This is why I teach muscle testing, because you'll discover things you didn't even know. So for those of you who don't know what muscle testing is, I'm going to give you a really quick one, right? So if you want to take your, you can use any of the fingers that you want to use. So what I do is I'll do it like this, and I'll say, my name is Randina. And see, that's like, there's like kind of hard, it's kind of hard to open. If I say my name is Tara, like it seriously is like that, right? You can do this for everything. So I deserve to be wealthy, right? Like that's good for me, right? I deserve to be punished. Like that's a no. Right? That's a no. But before, that was a fucking, right? Like, I deserve to be punished. That's what it was before, because I was always in trouble when I was little. I was what they call an indigo child. So I was like revolting against the system. So I thought I deserved to be punished. So if I deserve to be punished, how the heck am I going to receive money? So I had to clear that out. Everything that you want to experience in your life is on the other side of your limitations. Everything. So when you can learn to go within, when you can understand that if you have an outlet for somebody else, that you have to do the work to seal that so you can stop that pattern and stop recreating that experience. And you also will discover that you have belief systems that you didn't even know that you had, because remember, sorry, I'm like adjusting my pillow. Remember that 95% of our behaviors is subconscious because it's ingrained from baby time, right? Little, even before that, because we're energy in motion. We're always moving forward. So that is what I wanted to say. How do your triggers relate to your money? Because if you use the triggers that you're receiving in your reality and you clear those out, they're also the same triggers that are telling you underneath the surface that you're not worthy, that you don't deserve the money, all this stuff. Let's see. Phyllis said, just what I need to jumpstart my cake making business from home, but my health is an issue. Need to work out. Body is giving me warning signs. I don't want to be sick. I only want to be healthy. Okay, so remember, anytime you say what you want, the universe is all inclusive. If you say, I don't want to be sick, I only want to be healthy, you're going to get both. You're going to get sick and health. So you have to stop doing that. Like, if you don't want something, do not speak it. Period. You already know what you don't want. You do not need to focus on that. Now you need to focus on creating your reality. It takes a little bit of work. There's a lot of resistance going on in there, but you can do it. You have the power within you. Michelle, aw, I love you too. Okay, so the muscle testing, seal your outlets so that they cannot plug into you. Become conscious of it. Oh, this is another thing. You cannot experience anything that you do not already have a program for. Nothing. You can only experience what you already have conditioning programming for. You can only see in the world what you already have conditioning and programming for. So pay attention to what you're seeing, what you're noticing. If you're a news watcher, turn that shit off because you are being programmed by mass consciousness. Turn it off. If you feed on drama, turn it off because you're feeding on drama. So I'm going to challenge you to 0 complaining for the next 5 days. 0 complaining. No complaining. Absolutely none. 0 complaining for the next 5 days. And let's see. And you know what this does? It makes you become conscious of the thoughts that you're thinking. And it also lets you know how easy it is to go into complaints and how much of that you're spending doing that. Because when you complain, you have to receive. How does that affect your money? Constantly complaining, depositing into the bank of complaints, brings in more negativity. Oh, do you think that affects your money? Yes, of course it affects your money. Everything you do affects your money. If you want to have money, then you have to start doing these things. You have to start becoming conscious. You have to start changing your relationship with money. You have to start with not complaining. And let's see how you do with that. It is hard, but you're going to have to do it. Especially you, Kareen. You're in my group, lady. Come on. Okay, so that's what I got for you. If anybody has any questions, you can ask me now, and I'm here to answer them if you have questions about money. Hi, Bridget. I am just ending, however, you can watch from the beginning, Kareen, I know. Okay, so I know you guys got some questions around money. Come on. What are they? Somebody asked me a question, Kareen. Ask me a question about money. We can get into it because from one question we can. Heidi said, "Eek, I have 5 kids." Perfect. Then you are going to be in the training grounds. You already know what that's like. You can do it. I know you can. Okay, so let's see. I know somebody. There's so many of you watching. I know somebody has to have a question about money. Does the amount matter? I'm still having dad issues, which I think is affecting my money. Yes, it is affecting your money. The masculine is giving. The masculine is giving. If you're imbalanced in your relationship with the male, with the masculine, you're imbalanced in your relationship with giving. Liana, I have 6. I'm game. Yes. Okay, just got my Verizon bill, $370, and I'm broke. How do I fix it? First of all, stop saying you're broke. You're not broke. That's how you fix it right there. Of course, if you say, I'm broke, how do I fix it? Do you hear? Do you feel that? Like, I'm broke. How do I fix it? You're not broke, first of all. You don't need to fix anything. What you do need to do is look at all the places you've already received money and feel into that and create more momentum there. And then the $370 that you need for your phone bill will show up. And I know that you can even put an extension on paying that. So I would contact your carrier and do that. And then in the time frame that you are here until the time you pay it, you have to go into a state of gratitude about the money that you already have received in your life from the time you were younger to now. And also giving the people, the Verizon, the company that gave you your cell phone, believes in you so much that they are going to give you the service and then charge you later, right? Like they're giving you the service because they know you're going to pay it. So you have to step into that same level of belief that they have in you, and you have to have that in yourself. So tune into where you already have received money, where you already have paid it. Take a deep breath and surrender, because I could feel all that. I could feel all that in you right here. Like that's your power center. You're not standing in your power. You're feeling like you are being taken from, by the universe that you're being taken from. So you have to stop that. You have to surrender that right now to the light and tune into the truth of who you really are. And you know that that money will manifest out of the blue, just like the money manifested for you to take that course. You know it will. Okay, so let's see. So that's what you do. That's what you do right there. And also another thing too, this is one of the things that I used to do all the time, and now I don't have to really do it so much. Sometimes on the larger things, like if I have a $10,000 bill or something I have to pay, then this is what I'll do. So you just close your eyes and you go to the end result, right? Like you go to the end. So imagine yourself clicking pay, right? Close your eyes, imagine yourself clicking pay, and imagine yourself saying, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the money for this. Thank you. And see yourself doing it, and then say, it is done, it is done, it is done. And then let it go and let it come to you. I used that for everything. And I figured that out when I was still doing hair. I specialize in color correction. And that is very difficult to do because you have people that come in to you from, well, like, who knows what the heck they've done to their hair. Different colors. So what I ended up having to do was close my eyes and imagine them leaving with tears in their eyes, so happy, right? And I didn't know how the hell I was going to make that happen. I just would close my eyes and imagine them hugging me, tears in their eyes, so happy, leaving, right? Okay, so, and Corinne, you're a stylist, so I know that you can relate to this. And this is what would end up happening. So I would have a color formula in my mind, and I'd have everything out, and I'd be like, okay, I need some of this, and some of this, and some of this, and then something would be like, probably shouldn't put that in there. Let's do this. And I'd be like, really? Like, I don't know. How's that going to work? Okay, just do it. Just do it, right? Just do it. So put it in, do it, and what the hell do you think happened every single time? They would leave with tears in their eyes. Why? Because I projected that into my future. Short little projections of that. If you want to receive a windfall, this is also how I receive windfalls. This is how I was able to manifest so much money. I would close my eyes and see myself looking at my bank account with the exact amount I wanted. Has to be somewhat believable. Like, you can't be like, oh, I want $1.2 million. That's not believable to you. It has to be like something believable. So close your eyes, see $7,000 in my bank account. Amazing, right? Close your eyes, see $10,000 in my bank account. You know what that looks like. You know what that looks like. And then another thing that I used to do is I'd get on my app and I'd scroll through all of my transactions and I would give thanks for every single dollar that I had to spend. And then I would give thanks for every single deposit and start to create a new relationship with money, a supportive relationship with money, like a beautiful relationship with money. And then it starts to come into your reality, right? So this is just a little tiny bit of what you can do when creating money and how much money you can actually bring into your reality. And then on top of that, using the archangels to help you, like Archangel Michael, Archangel Barachiel, Archangel Ariel. Those archangels are angels of money. You can use them to help you just as you can use them to heal, right? Like we just, in the course, we just did the angel thing. You know how the angels are helping you, Kareen. You know that the angel helped you with that almost potential crash. You know that. And so you can use that same energy and emotion for your money because you need it. So you have to. Yeah, that's what you do. Okay. Christina, doing all the morning meditations in Rama's vision boards, even cut out all the sugar and meat. Yes, love it. And all that. I connect to the angels daily and love living in my meditation world. I haven't gotten any closer to the bonus I'm working towards earning, though. Any advice on that? What I need to do? See yourself receiving it already. Saying you haven't gotten any closer to that is there's a program underneath the surface that's operating that's telling you that you're not going to move forward, but that's impossible to do because in the universe we're always moving forward. So countering that in your consciousness, right? Like, no, that's not true. I am moving closer because today I'm closer than I was yesterday. Today I'm more open than I was yesterday. Because if you say I'm doing all the things but I'm still not closer, like you're just going to keep doing all the things and never experience the actual fruition of it. So you have to stop doing that. You have to watch your tongue and the way that you're framing it. So surrender that because there's something in the background that's going on when you attempted to do something and it didn't work out and you didn't get what you wanted. So your brain is using that as a pattern and projecting that onto this future experience. So you have to stop it from doing that. Remember what we talked about earlier, 70 to 80% of the information that you use to come to a new conclusion is from old information. So you have to like let that go. Okay. Let's see. Saying it is done after you project something, and when I'm telling you the holographic projection, it's like little bursts, right? You're not sitting there for 10 minutes visualizing this whole outcome. It's just closing your eyes, feeling it in your heart, this is it, and then following your guidance to that. Now it's easy to start practicing that using small things, using little things, like maybe doing the dishes, like seeing yourself doing the dishes very quickly. I point it out because I just did all my dishes. So that's why I'm like pointing at my dishes. So thinking about that. And before I even did my dishes, I was like, because I do not like doing the dishes. I'm just like, I'm like, okay, so this is what I need to do. I need to visualize myself doing them faster than I've ever done them before, having a good time, dancing, and I'm like seeing myself done, walking out of the kitchen, drying my hands, like, whoop, feel accomplished. So then what do you think happens? Then that exact thing happened. And then as I'm coming out, I was like, oh shit, here we go again. So that little short burst of it. Lisa said, explain seal off. That's a whole conversation. So let me just give you a little bit. So seal off means to not allow people to plug into your energy. And if you have an outlet for their plug, then you have to go in. You have to go in and figure out what that trigger is and dissolve it. Okay. Stephanie says, after watching this, I realized how many of the same issues I have as my mom. Her and my relationship aren't well either. Need to fix that. Okay. Of course, we're going to have the same issues as our mom. They're the ones that gave birth to us and raised us. So they are it's like a wolf pack, right? I always use this description because it's the easiest one. It's like a wolf pack. The mother and the father are going to teach the little babies how to survive on the planet. It doesn't matter if it's, they have, whatever they have to do to survive is what they're going to teach their children. Like, it's monkey see, monkey do. There's a reason that we say that. But you also chose her with her issues because they were exactly what you needed to overcome so that you could live your soul's purpose. I'm positive about money. How do you manifest this? You can think that you're positive about money, but if you're not manifesting it, then there's some underneath the 95% subconscious belief about what money is, and you have to really look at your relationship with money. If you're not able to manifest money, then you have a relationship that it's not there for you, that it's not supporting you. So you're going to have to go into your internal world and figure that out. That's an entire training on that one, which I'm actually going to do a Sacred Money VIP workshop day. So stay tuned for that, because we got to go through all this. Like it's definitely time for us women to seriously get a hold of our money story and our money life, so that we can flourish and express ourselves in the beautiful, beautiful feminine goddesses that we are. Like, it's definitely time for that. Colleen, I'm living paycheck to paycheck and it stresses me out. Trying to say thank you every time I spend. Does this help? Yes, it does. And also saying, this return to me 100-fold. You can command money. You can command money to do things for you. It wants to support you. That's why it's here. It's just that we have a dysfunctional, fucked up relationship with what money is, what it means, how we get it, what to do with it, because we've been taught all this bullshit our whole lives. So, yes. And also on your bills, if you cannot pay them yet, write thank you for the money. Right? Thank you for the money. Thank you for the money. Right? Thank you for the money on the bills that you cannot pay, and put them to the side and then watch the money manifest. You can write thank you paid. Right? I learned this from Rhonda Byrne. You can write thank you paid on all the bills that already are paid. So then what you're doing in your subconscious mind is you're saying, okay, I already paid these. I had the money for those. And this I'm saying, thank you for the money. I'm going to receive it. Like, that's what I had to do. I'm telling you, I was scraping for quarters. We were eating top ramen, like nothing but top ramen for a long time. Like, I'm not just talking out of my ass. I'm telling you, I lived it. I know what it's like, and I also know how to get out of it. Alexa says, I have issues with parental abandonment, but I am successful. But I also know I have a long way to go. I have a problem with giving and receiving. It's awkward. How do I heal from this? Well, you first have to, it starts with an intention, and then you have to shine the light of awareness on it. It's a process. It is an in-depth process that you have to go through. I do have courses on this, and the Sacred Money VIP Day is probably something that you're going to want to, because it's a smaller investment, so it'll help you get into that. And we're going to do a lot of energy healing and energy clearing during that day. So for those of you who know the power of my energy, which a lot of you do, you know that all you have to do is be in one of my courses and shit starts happening for you. Okay, let's see. Bridget, I love the angels and have millions of angel stories. I did not know you work with them. Yes, they are my posse. They're my posse. How could you not? I mean, that's how you create everything in life. To be spiritually fulfilled, emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, everything. You got to work with them. Malou said, putting checks all over my house with the amount I want received, LO, and being grateful for it every day, yes. And then take it one step further, closing your eyes and seeing yourself actually receiving that money and how that feels, and ingrain that into your body, and then say, thank you, it is done. Because that, thank you, it is done, is telling your subconscious mind, it is locked in. So don't worry. No worries, honey. We got it. Samantha said, I love this. I know, me too. It's my favorite thing to teach. Can you tell? Okay, started a new business and need advice. I feel the doors are opening for me. Yes, see them opening, not just feel them, see them opening and step through them, right? Like what's on the other side of that? Return to me 100-fold. Yes. The balance of nature is to support you. When you are in an open, expressive relationship with money, it feels amazing. It really does feel amazing. When you're in a constricted, retracted energy with money, it doesn't feel good. There's a reason. You got to listen to your guidance, because that's not the way that you're supposed to have a relationship with money. It doesn't feel good. It cuts you off, cuts your life force off, because that's not the natural design. The natural design of the universe is abundance. Look around you. It's abundance. Like, open up to that so that we can start to like dance in this energy with each other, because we're teaching our younger generations how to do money. Look at what's out there in the world right now about money. Ever watch a rap video? Like, are you kidding me? This is what we're teaching our young people? Like, fuck no, I'm over it. I'm so over it. All of it. Like, no, ladies, no girls. That is not the way we do money. You do not have to sell yourself. You do not have to show your ass. You do not have to show your tits. Like, that is not how we receive money. That's bullshit. It's propaganda, and I'm fucking tired of it. So this is another reason why I'm like, all right, that's it. Okay, I'll listen. I'll teach them. So, and I'm also learning as I go too. You know, every it's not like you just get to a final destination and then you're like, ooh, everything's all amazing. No, you keep climbing. Like, you keep climbing up the levels. I mean, I'm like, I want to be a billionaire. I'm going to be a billionaire, because that's how the fuck I'm going to change this world. Using my money, like putting my money where my mouth is. Okay, Gina said, oh my gosh, I just started doing this from Magical Money Day. Yes, day 5 in the book, The Magic. Get it? Day 5. So fucking phenomenal. Alexis says, I give too much sometimes. If you feel like you're giving too much, it doesn't mean that you're giving too much. It just means you're focused on giving too much, and you're imbalanced in your receiving. Because if you're giving a lot and you're receiving a lot, then you're balanced. So you got to pay attention to that. And when you give, you got to give with your heart, right? Like, you have to flip that paradigm around. Amanda, I work with archangels too. I know you do, boo. Phyllis, wow, good thoughts only. Yes, yes. Right. You have to think of every thought as an investment. Every thought is an investment. Ashley, I love you, Randina. I love you too. Okay, so it seems like that is all the questions that I have for money. So I hope that this has been of help to you. So remember, your relationship with everything is your relationship with money. So remember that. You can use your relationship with your partners to heal your money story and also heal your self-worth issues. So I love you all, and until next time.